Hi, this is Dorothy with Scrapbooking, and this is what we're going to make today. So this is the May through June card subscription, and here is the box. So I'm just going to show you, these are the instructions, super, super easy. By the way, I'm zooming through this really fast, about 300%. So it took me like an hour and a half to do the cards. And I made 12 cards, so not bad really. This is the exclusive stamp set that you get with this card kit. Covers lots of different things. Now, if you buy the annual subscription, then you get this special stamp that is real cute for decorating envelopes and the backs of your cards. Just the other thing I really like about the subscription is that you get colored envelopes, and I love that. I like that so much better than white envelopes, but you know. And of course, you get your stamp pad and your ink block. And there's a little thank you for being a 12-month subscriber. And look at how cute. So you've got little flowers and a hello and a happy mail. Just super fun. So you actually have two each of the same design. So this card subscription makes 24 cards. And they're all pre-printed. The backgrounds, the back and front of the cards are pre-printed. So it just makes life super easy for you. For this, I am just going to do one of the two cards, just to kind of show you how easy they are and how fast they get put together. So I'm kind of setting a flat one aside and folding one as my to-do. I really like this card coming up here. It's super pretty. I love that color. The kind of looks like a watercolor wash. So, and I really do like the fact that the cards are printed on the back side and the front side. So here are the die cuts. They're clearly marked. You get 2 sheets of each to go with the cards. And I'm just separating, once again, one sheet goes with the cards to be made and the second one goes with what I'm making now. And I'm just going to set those aside in my handy dandy little box. Ta-da! So we get 2 of the slimline cards, which are super popular right now. So I'm just going to put everything in order for card 1 through card 12. And you can see just how super easy. The hardest thing is taking the pieces off of the die cut. And how hard is that? So, and of course I'm starting off with an empty. Of course I am. So here we go. So now any of these elements you can pop up if you want to. If you're going to pop them up, I would suggest you stamp on whatever needs to be stamped on first. Otherwise, it just won't work right. So I'm going to go ahead and put some little dabs of glue down. I'm using liquid glass here. You can use whatever. I've got Tombow liquid glue that is super easy to use. And the instructions are I just kind of follow the pictures, to tell you the truth. So it just, you know, you can read them. There's only like 2 sentences for each of the instructions. It's my kind of instructions. And I just really like that there's so many different sentiments that go with so many different events in people's lives. So, and then when there's just kind of a hello there that you need to make. See, I'm already getting ink all over me. That's how you know you're working. Then you've got in this case, hello friend. And I was supposed to put my little sponge down. So there we go. First card done. And I'm going to start off fresh because I had ink all over the place. This one's super pretty. Look at that. And there's kind of a stitched area, and you put that sentiment part on the inside of the stitched area, and still a little bit of it shows. So this one is going to get, so let me just tell you that the stamps, I'm rubbing it on my hand to it's called seasoning. So you're just kind of taking any excess stuff that might be on the stamp and rubbing it off, and then you want to do a test stamp to make sure you get it, there's nothing that's marring your stamp set. And I'm kind of going across that little highlighted area, so I'm thinking of you, and that's the of you is highlighted. But that little print part is already there. So it's very cool. Now what I'm doing here, there are several flowers that were the die cuts, and I'm popping them up with a little thin foam tape, and I'm putting them in the same orientation as the flower on the printed part so that you get a tad of dimension. Now you can add the inside sentiment with one of the other sentiments if you want. Just up to you, or if you want to leave it as strictly a note card, then you can do that. So I like how most of the die cuts are in order, so you're not having to search them out. Now this is the same idea. So I'm going to go ahead and put this flat. And then the die cut flowers are, once again, you put them in the same orientation as the original print, and you pop them up so that you have this dimension. And it just makes it, for one thing, it's super easy. So you're not having to, do a whole lot of thinking here. You can get a bunch of cards done in a very short time. So you're saving time, you're saving gas money, and you're getting work done. I mean, if you had to go to I'm using the little sponge so you get an extra, you're going to get the best impression by having the little sponge backing on it, behind it. I forgot what I was saying. But if you think about, so you have, and you don't have to make the cards all at one time. You can make them as you need them, or when you have some time, however you want to do it. But you're saving yourself time by not having to run out to the drugstore or the grocery store or Hallmark or whatever. So you're saving gas money and the time that it takes to go and pick out cards. And of course, the cost of the cards have gone up tremendously. My goodness, I went grocery shopping today. Holy moly is all I have to say. Everything has gone up terrifically. So here you are saving gas money and card making money. I just think it's a no-brainer, personally. And people are just so impressed that you're making a card for them. It's kind of like you're telling them that you are extra special to me. So I'm taking the time to do this. So anyway, at least that's what I've found, is when people get, a card I've made, they just, a lot of them save them. So what can I say? I mean, it's just, it's not necessarily the beauty of the card, but it's the fact that you took the time to make something for somebody, and it means a lot to people. So it's kind of heartwarming. It really makes you feel good. Okay, so I'm doing this little cluster of flowers, and the little dark, it might be Harbor, it might be the color, a very deep color, just really makes that little tag stand out and the little flowers stand out. So super, super cute. Okay, now this one is super cute also. There's a lot of super cute, so pardon me I keep on saying it. Okay, so I'm putting the number 8 with the number 8. Okay, so I had to go out a few times while I was doing this. So please, if you see what a mess my nails are in, Please ignore that, because I decided I needed to go. My girlfriend and I went out to get Sylvia and I went out to get our nails done. Or I knew it was going to be like today that it was going to get done. And so then what do? I start peeling my nail polish off. And that's sort of what you're seeing down there. It's like, I can't help it. I just can't help it. If there's a kind of a catch place on the nail polish, then I start picking at it. Ah, drive myself nuts. So anyway, look at this cute die cut. Now I'm just going to take this little edge off. I don't know whether I was supposed to fold that under or if it just wasn't cut in the die cut when they were making the die cuts. So I went ahead and cut it off. I'm using the Tombow on this because it just lends itself well to it. So now look at that. So now you've got a die cut and you've got all this color coming through on the other side. I mean, so, I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and put the little butterfly, trying to think of where everything goes by looking at the picture and not reading anything. So the bigger butterfly goes down, the darker glacier goes down, and then you put the lighter one on top of it. And then the little Sundance butterfly goes up there between the H and the A. And the little bitty heart goes right there in the P. It's so cute. It's really cute. So now I'm going to go ahead. There's a little kind of banner-shaped sentiment. And it says, Happy Birthday. So I'm just kind of following the wave of the banner with the wave of the stamp. And I'm going to add a little bit of lift to the thing with, this is a thicker piece of foam tape to make it stick out. So there we go. Okay, next card. So I'm just going ahead and wiping off my stamp with my what is that called? Microfiber cloth. And it's just slightly damp, just enough to take the ink off. So I'm going by the circles there that are sort of like balloons. I'm going to pretend they're like balloons. And I'm putting down the ones that definitely need to go flat. And I'm just kind of following how they're doing it. And then some of them literally go on top. And then you can either use the Tombow to put them on top or you can pop them up with foam dots, whatever you prefer. So it just makes a cute little cluster over on this side there. It's a little banner. So this is kind of an L-shaped design, if you see that. So there's a strong side going down the left, and then the cross piece is like the L. And that is a classic design for cards. And it just makes your eye go from top to bottom and then right over to the sentiment. So it takes your eye follows the circles going down and then comes over to the right-hand side and says, love you. So your eye is following what the card is telling it to do, essentially. So I want you to look at these now. The stripes, you can tell which stripes are underneath and which stripes are on top. So I went ahead and popped out all those die cuts. And I'm following, there's little edges, you can see there, a slanted edge, and you just follow those along the edge of the card. So if it's sticking out a little bit too much, then it's not quite in the right place and you move it up or down accordingly. So this one, you can tell that those diagonal cuts are going to go right in the corner of the card. And I move the bottom so that the angled paper fits right where it belongs on the side of the card. There we go. So those are on the bottom. And then you've got this harbor color blue going across on top of them. And then you've got the Sundance color going underneath it. I'm just trying to make sure that it's straight. And then we've got the graduation cap. So of course that has to get popped up, right? So here we've got, if you hadn't sent your graduation cards, if you needed to send a graduation card, or maybe you've got, there's maybe a late graduation in August, then you've got a graduation card here. And of course it gets congratulations. Okay, so what I did there was I didn't check to see which side I was putting the congratulations on. So now I've got to take the glue off with my eraser there, which we carry. And it's perfect for taking off glue. It just comes right off without too much of a fight. And I'm putting congratulations in the same general area and covering it with Tombow and boo-boo all fixed. There isn't a boo-boo we can't take care of. So there's our graduation card. Okay, so next, look at this wonderful, I have to tell you, watercolor washes, that's like my favorite. I don't know how long it'll be my favorite, but it's been my favorite for a long time. And I just love the softness of it. I just really, really like it. Now, there's a lot of die cuts that come with this card. So there's circles and hearts and stars, and they are getting put down on the circles of the card. So there's like, sometimes there's doubles. So like you'll have the circle and then a heart and then another heart, or a circle and a heart and a star or something. And they're not going right, just for interest's sake, they're not going right in the center of each circle because each circle is getting covered. So see, you have a circle and a heart on that first upper left-hand one. And I'm just kind of putting them as the instructions kind of show. Once again, not in the center. Keep your eye kind of moving around, and then we've got a star going, a circle, circle, and then star. And then we've got, no, I made a mistake on that one because I think it's supposed to be the bigger heart. But I'll change it. You don't really see that those two Sundance hearts are that much difference in size, but they are. And so we've got a little interest. I mean, just kind of, you know, unexpected placement of all these little embellishments. So there we've got a circle, star, and a heart. And then I realize, okay, that one's supposed to go up there. And then the bigger heart goes down, the bigger dotted heart goes down below. So, like I said, you know, I make mistakes all the time, but there's always a way of fixing. Or you just go with. I mean, they're not going to know that your instructions weren't followed completely. So almost missed taking out one of the stars. And there we go. There's a heart there. And so I'm missing something. So I have to go in the trash. I can't tell you how many times I go in the trash, but I was missing a little bitty heart. So I had to pull it out of the trash. Just so you know, I never put food in that trash. It's only just dry paper. Okay, this is going directly on the card, and it says Dream Big. So this would be a great, come a little closer. I've been filming this from too far away. That would be a good congratulations or graduation card too, to say Dream Big. Okay, so now we're putting this big butterfly on top of that scallop circle. And I'm going to pop up the little flowers because, as I've said before, where there's flowers, there's butterflies, you hope. And my backyard is filled with flowers right now, with some butterflies, not near enough butterflies. Okay, I'm just putting a thank you on my little banner. And I'm going to pop it up. So I'm using a little bit of foam tape to give it a good pop up. This is the thicker foam tape. It's pretty thick. And the banner's going right through. Super cute. I kind of don't give you much of a chance to look at those. Okay, now I love this. Now this is going to go on my background. That's the watercolor wash that I like so much. So, and this is now you want to really be delicate with this die cut because look at how fine those little lines are, those little outlines of the leaves. I mean, super fine. So you really want to be careful that you don't rip. You could easily rip this. So you just want to be super careful with it. And I'm just using my scissor to poke out the pieces with my finger behind it. So I'm not pushing too hard and not pushing it so far that it rips. So I'm just trying to be careful with this. I love that. I really love that. Getting all my trash away. And what I'm going to do, this works out best with some liquid glue. So I didn't have the one that I wanted real quick. So see how I got my nails done? They look so much better. Okay, so I'm just using my Tombow clear glue on this, and I'm just dotting it around. So just going to carefully take it up, and I don't want to stretch it. I just want to put it down very carefully. And then I'm going to put a couple of blocks on it so they can dry. And what I'm doing is I'm kind of patting away the excess glue that comes out, and if you do that and kind of wipe it off on the scrap paper, then you can kind of get rid of the excess that will cause kind of a shiny spot. So I'm putting this thinking of you. I love that thinking of you because I love that little heart that's on the Y. And I'm putting this right in the center directly on the card. And I mean, it just kind of looks like a thinking of you card. It's very gentle and, delicate. Okay, so now we're down to our slimline cards. See, I love that. It looks like a little picnic tablecloth, doesn't it? Super cute. Anyway, enough, Dorothy. So we're taking out the little scalloped edges and that beautiful bouquet of flowers. And I've got some extra flowers that are going to make the pieces seem dimensional or give it dimension. I'm popping out the party hats because that's the last of all of the die cuts that we need to pop out. Now this goes super, super fast. So I'm just putting a little bit of the pop-up foam on the back of the die cut flowers, and I'm putting it in the same orientation as the flower in the bouquet, and there's only 4 of them, so not a big deal. And just make sure it's in the same orientation. So now we've got some dimension on our bouquet, and we're going to put a little scallop, a little sage scallop up at the top and a little sage scallop down at the bottom. And that sage perfectly matches the leaves inside. Whoops, left out my banner, my little strip to put the sentiment on. And I'm going to go ahead and put this flat since the flowers are popping up but you could totally pop it up. And on this, I think the instructions say, love you, Mom. And sadly, I neither have a mother or a mother-in-law. They've both left us, which I've never stopped missing them. It hurts to think about it. And it's been a while. It's been a long time. But you never get over missing your mother. So I am going to go ahead. I don't think I've used this one. And I went ahead and did the test stamp. It came out great. And now I'm doing the real one. And it just says, love you. And so this can go to any of your friends, relatives, whomever. And then this is getting popped up too. So I've got my thicker foam going up on this and putting love you right there with the flowers. So there we go. There's all of the cards. And I just really enjoyed doing this particular, oh no, it's not. Silly me. This is the party hat is the last one to go. So I'm going to go ahead and get my party, let's party stamp ready. And I'm just going to put these around and see how they fit. So I'm putting them in the same order because I like that little hat, this one, that it kind of looks like, you know, a little 4th of July fireworks popping off at the top there. And they're all going at a little bit of a tilt to add a bit of whimsy to the card. Because this is not a card that you would want everything all straight up and down. That wouldn't add to the whimsy and fun atmosphere of the card. So now this one, I'm going to pop it up to give some dimension. You don't have to, but I wanted to. So we're going to pop that one up and then the pink one. But first I'm going to put my Let's Party and pop it right there. So, and then you can of course put the happy birthday on the inside that's on the stamp set. So my little pink hat is going to get popped up. I don't know why are my lights flashing? That's weird. I can't see it when I'm filming. Okay, so there we go. And there's the last of the cards. So I'm just going to put everything away and kind of line up my cards. And just, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I do scrapbooking, I do card making, I do some other stuff. It's close to my heart products. And I've been a consultant for a maker for 14 years, I think. If I can do math, I think it's like 14. And this is my YouTube channel, and I hope you, if you haven't subscribed yet, please think about subscribing and maybe letting me know what you think. And I normally would show you, I would decorate envelopes, but there's quite a few cards here, and so I will be using that stamp set to put some flowers and a Happy Mail stamp or a hello on my envelopes. But this is our collection of cards that we made. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you doing that and giving me some of your time. Thank you and take care. Bye now.
Hi, I'm Dorothy Smith. Thanks for watching my video, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel and learn along with me. Thanks. Bye-bye.